Hi everyone, Mission.Space is here, a Euro-based startup that builds tools for a new space economy. Although we have many vectors of operation, we'll focus on the main problem that we attempt to solve: inaccuracy in space weather forecast. It creates a radiation hazard for satellites, airplane occupants, and astronauts, as well as causes extreme currents in the electric grid and widespread blackouts, and is responsible for severe telecommunication failures. As a part of a current solution, the existing space weather satellites are operating well beyond their anticipated lifespans and are expected to fail before the replacement is launched. As a part of our solution, Mission.Space offers global, real-time, data-driven, predictive space weather system. We develop, build, and own advanced nanosatellites that can be replaced on a faster, regular basis. We also offer customized payload of sensors that our clients can choose from, as we operate through software as a service subscription-based business model. With the space economy growing, our mission is to contribute to closing the research gap in space weather studies and lower economic losses due to unpredicted space weather events, because we believe in a widely accessible space weather frontier. At Mission.Space, we aim to contribute to several sustainable development goals by increasing reactive power consumption, by excluding disconnection of parts of power grids, by bringing innovation to space industry with accelerated R&D project and own satellite manufacturing, by cutting enormous economic losses as a result of space weather lack of study, and last but not least, climate action, where we will be reducing CO2 emissions into the atmosphere through advanced satellite instrumentation. Let's explore a case study together in a non-space industry, aviation. For starters, space weather is responsible for delays on polar routes, and there are currently no universal accessible tools for getting that information regularly, cheap, and live. One plane rerun can cost up to $100,000, with approximately 15,000 reroutes happening yearly in the US airlines alone. To summarize that, the rerouting cost to US airlines can compose approximately $2.7 million daily. As a solution, we will offer subscription to our global real-time, data-driven space weather forecast system that will help airlines predict biologically harmful radiation exposure levels for aviation. As per our roadmap, we currently have our satellite prototype built and ready to launch, as we received a letter of intent from a leading Russian meteorological organization. We also finalized an MOU with a leading European space institution and are being selected for Singapore's Space and Technology Accelerator program. In the upcoming years, we will be building strategic alliances for R&D projects with space agencies and actually launch our first satellite constellation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Xenia. And now we have actually one question from our jury. Sarah, the screen is yours.
Hi, this is Sarah here from the Luxembourg Space Agency. Very interesting, and I guess weather predictions and weather data is it's being tackled by several companies already. So I would like to understand from your side, what's your go-to-market strategy? What's the low-hanging fruit that you're trying to capture that other competitors are not taking on yet? And how many satellites do you need, or how much funding do you need to provide your first reliable service?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you very much for your question. So currently, from the research that we have conducted, our main competitors are actually ground stations and huge expensive satellites that can detect the space weather events after they happen. We're currently working with leading European institutions. So we have recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the DTU Space, which is a Denmark Technical University, as well as a university from Portugal, the Coimbra University. So we're working with them to identify specifically what data they need and how we can be useful to research organizations, as well as we tackle many industries such as energy and oil and gas industries, where we can improve directional drilling accuracy, where a forecast can prevent widespread blackouts and predict power outages, as well as prevent the damage to grid infrastructure. So as per our roadmap right now, we're reaching out to as many clients to get pre-contracts from supply management companies, oil and gas, aviation, like airline, GNSS providers, are closely working with scientific institutions, And yeah, seeing where we can be useful and depending on the custom payload, depending on the information that the customer needs, we're going to equip our satellites with custom payloads, for example, a universal spectrometry semiconductor, and their quote will be calculated based on what information they will need.
All right,
I hope
thank
that
you.
answered the question.
Super. Thank you so much, Xenia. So just conscious of times, we are going to move to the last startup of the first group. We don't have any more questions for you, Xenia. We will send you if we have any more. Wait a second. Damien just raised a hand. Damien, you can ask one question now.
Yeah, just wanted, Damien from Workspace, just wanted to check the level of maturity of your solution. Have you already tested or demonstrated that it's working? Is it just a question of launching your platform, or is it something which needs still to be demonstrated?
Thank you so much for the question. So yes, we're currently technology readiness level 6. So we have the product ready, the payload is ready. We have the level 7 coming this spring with upcoming projects that we have, and we expect to launch our first satellite constellations early or mid next year.